we go. It's on. Are you... Hey,
Is he
Shepherd.
fine?
That's Shepherd. Well, no, because he's going to cry.
Alrighty.
Okay,
Come
guys,
here.
how are y'all today? We are not all of us, but me. I'm kind of today. I don't know if y'all ever feel like this, but I've got all these big ideas and things that I want to do and get done, and especially now that we have all this cool time and I've got my awesome Hazel home to help, but we have a little monkey that's kind of not wanting us to get a whole lot done, so it's been a little tricky and makes me upset. I don't like to be upset. But anyway, we're here now, and I'm going to show y'all how to do a cool little fun tassel with a shrinky dink. And then if we have time and if Shepherd's feeling up to it, I'm going to show you how to make a, is this going?
Oh, there's someone. Who is that?
Well, we're a little early. Show you how to make a pom-pom. Okay? So here we go. Pretty simple. So as you can see, all this is just scraps of fabric, ribbon, yarn, things like that. And then I put a little keychain on top. But it's very easy. Anybody can do it. No problem. And I'm going to work on the kits. Like I said, today was kind of ugh. So I didn't really get that going very good today. But I'm going to tonight and in the morning get a kit together for this tassel and 2 other things that I'll show you at the end. So all you do is we're going to start with some fabric, and I've just got, this is like a piece that's been cut off of the end of a quilt, so that'll be a good one. And that's a little bit fat, so I'm just going to fold it up, take my scissors, I'm going to get better scissors, and just cut it to make like a skinny ribbon. So see, I've got like a skinny ribbon. I've got some ribbons collected here. I've got a curly one. Got some yarns. Here's some more fabric. Another really easy way to make fabric ribbon is if I just cut a slit like that. And then I just pull it. And then it makes little things. So that's kind of cool. So I'll do a few more of those. So, and just kind of think of maybe a color scheme or something like that when you're doing this. I just like lots of colors. I always tend to use turquoise and pink and purple and some yellow and all of that. So we've got them ripped up, and then we're going to cut a length. So we're just going to do something about this size. So that's going to end up being, you'll need like 8 inches of ribbon or yarn or whatever you're doing. So I'm going to take it, kind of lay it out. I have a grid here and I can count, but let's just say we're going to make them all about this length. So I'm going to start just laying down a bunch of these kind of right here together, all on top of each other. I'm going to get some ribbon in there. The more textures you have, the cooler it ends up looking, I think. So I'm going to go this way, that way. We'll do a little bit thicker ribbon. I don't want anything much thicker than that. I just think it works better to not be super thick. Let's see, I've got my curly ribbon. I'm going to add that on the top. Then, oops, I moved it all the way. I'm going to get my yarns. So you'll need a little bit more yarn than fabric and stuff. So I'll just take it. How I do cut multiples is I'll just kind of guesstimate my length here. I'm going to drop it on the floor and just kind of wrap it like this to get a bunch at once. So this is just a fun kind of variegated yarn and the colors that I like. And then I've got several lengths. So I'm going to line it all back up. Got my fabrics, my ribbons, my yarns. Add one more strip of this kind of fun fabric that's been cut off. Let's cut it. Okay, and guys, like everything I do, this is how I do it. If you look online, there's probably a million different ways to do it. When I figure something out, I just do it the easiest way for me. So if you find a different way, that's awesome. Come show me how you did it. It might be even better than what we're doing here. I'm just adding more and more pieces of things that I'm finding over here. And I've got myself a good pile. So then what I'm going to do is kind of arrange them so all the ribbons are facing up, if they have a pattern on them and the fabric and all of that. And I'm going to kind of fold it in half. Oh, I've got my curly. I wanted that on top, like that. Now, the trick to making a good, bubble on the top is a wooden ball. So this is kind of a big one. I'm going to see if I've got a smaller one. No, that one's too small. So we'll stick with the big one. So we've got our wooden ball. We're going to fix it to use that. I'm going to take my just any string first. Gonna put it in the middle, and I'm gonna tie it just like this in a nice knot. And this is gonna end up being kind of a loop on the top, so I'm gonna keep it out. Now I've got that knot, I've got my ball here, and I'm just gonna kind of tuck my ball underneath. So see how it's kind of tucked right in there, and wrap all this stuff around it to cover up my ball. And I can adjust that after I do the next step, so it's not a big deal if it doesn't cover it yet. Whoop! You gotta hold on to it there. I guess I could thread my string through the hole in the ball. That would be smart, wouldn't it? Let's do that. So there's a hole in it? Not all. Oh, there's not a hole all the way through. So it's not a bead, so we can't do that. So we're just gonna place it in there. Gonna wrap it around. Then I'm gonna cut a nice long piece, it fell on the floor, of this yarn, and we're gonna wrap it around to secure the ball. So I've got these strings. I'm gonna try to hang them out. If they don't hang out, it's not a big deal. I'm gonna take my yarn, and see, this is so easy. See, we're already almost done. Just gonna make a loop with one side. So see how I did that? A loop. I'm gonna stick these strings inside the loop, pull, gonna wrap that back around my ball, and then just start wrapping. And I'm gonna wrap it really tightly around the base of the ball to make the rest of it. When I move my hand here in a minute, you'll see just a little, you wrap maybe an inch to a half an inch, depending on what you like, to just keep it all secure there. I'm just wrapping. I like a kind of thick neck. I guess it would be the neck when you do it. So that's pretty good. So see how it's just a thick wrap there. And then I'll take my ends and I'll pull one end around, leave one end here, and I'm gonna tie it just in a knot. And you could put a dab of glue there if you're worried or something, but you're not gonna be flinging this around or anything, so that should be fine. And then I can come back and see how you can see the ball, and I can, well, thank you, I think you're pretty cool too. Ugh. These are crazy. I can't believe I decided to do this over the break. That's what happens when teenagers are home, huh? They get to help you with all the tech stuff you want to do. So I'm moving it around to cover up my ball. And then do the fun part and just take your scissors and kind of whack it off. Kind of like that. And then you've got yourself this cool tassel. I like the little curly cues. And the cool thing about them, what I really like to do is add in some fun little things. I have this jar where I keep random things. So I have this tag. That would be really cute to add in, and then you can put it on a gift, or have some pom-poms you can put on the top. What else is in here? Let's find something good. What do you think, Shepherd? Oh, that's cool. Look, I think I'd like that on mine. It's like a little thing that fell off a shirt I had. So I would just glue that or stitch it right there. I think that would be pretty cute. But the thing we're going to learn to do today that will be in the kits that'll be ready tomorrow is to put, like I said, the shrinky dink on it. So let me show you how to do that. All you do is you can get, and if you get a kit, I'll put some shrinky dink paper in there. And it just kind of looks like this. You can get it where it's crystal clear, or you can get it sanded like this. Either one works. I kind of like the sanded one because you can use colored pencils, or regular pencil, and it looks really nice. The crystal clear is better with just Sharpie. But you can also, the cool thing, especially went and had to get some cookies for us just to show you this. These takeout containers like this, if they're the number 6 plastic, then they will work just like the shrinky dink from the store. So the problem is sometimes see like they're rounded and stuff, but you can cut that off, or you can use the rounded part and like see when you melt it, look, I did like this little bracelet, you kind of make it curved or whatever. So it'll work, and that's kind of a cool trick. Also, oh yeah, as that Chick-fil-A the other day, their little takeout things are the right ones too. So anything that's number 6, if you look on the bottom, it will be there. So all you do is you take your stuff, and you can draw if you want to just draw, or sometimes it's cool, like have these coloring books and stuff around. Like I might find a design I like these little birds. Those are pretty cute. And then I could just put it right over that bird and then draw it. The deal is, like, this has all words. If you are going to do words, if you want the clear, like the shiny part to show, you're going to have to do your words backwards. It's not that big a deal. You can do them the right way. It just won't be shiny on that side. So you just take your color pencil or your Sharpie, and you're just going to trace whatever you do. And like I said, if I'll put one of these, if you want to get a kit for tomorrow or later on, I'll put some shrinky dink paper in there and a few little tracing ideas. You can use the color pencil and the Sharpies together, kind of cool. But the deal with the shrinky dinks is you kind of have to think, what size do I want it to be in the end, okay? So if I want something small like this, you've got to draw the thing at least twice that size, because it's going to shrink down to like that little in the end. And if you see, that's hard. It's not flexible like this. So that's the cool thing. And I just put a pin back on that. You can put whatever you want. So I'm tracing. Let's see. I'll do just a little bit more because y'all don't want to just watch me color all day. That's not cool. Y'all hear Shepherd? That's his awesome new favorite sound. I wish I knew what he was saying though. Although that's better than his other favorite sound today, which is wah! Or, yeah, while clinging to my leg. Ugh. So,
he's fine.
I know he's fine. Anyway, poor Hazel, she's going to be ready to go back to school before I know it. She's going to run away. Okay, so we're tracing. That's just a little, very simple. And then before you, he's pulled something out. Before you put it in the oven, you're going to cut around it. Don't cut right on the line. Leave some space. That looks better. You hear him? What is that? He's like a little Chewbacca. So we'll cut around, and then you're going to punch a hole somewhere at the top or whatever before you bake it. If you cannot punch the hole after you bake it.
It's okay.
So, thank you, Hazel. Anyway, then you're going to put this in the oven on a cookie sheet at 250 degrees. It takes maybe 10 minutes, and you'll see it curl all up, and you'll think, oh my gosh, this is not working at all. But it is. Just give it a minute, and then it will eventually flatten right back out. You take it out of the oven, and you're good to go. If you want to bend it, like if you want to do a bracelet or something, that's the time that you're just, as soon as you take it out, put on your hot gloves and just bend it just a minute, and it'll be perfect. It'll stay like that. So that is a shrinky dink. And then once they're all done, and see you've got your little hole, you can tie it right onto anything you want. A bracelet, a necklace, this tassel. And then the last part, if you want to put a thing, you can get
A rubber band?
well, you can get like things like this. You can get things like this. You can find them at Joann's, Walmart, wherever. And then the two little strings that we left at the top, we're just going to tie it on there. And like I said before, if you want it to be a little more secure, just put a dab of hot glue. So you're good to go. Just double, triple knot it, and you've got yourself a cute little tassel. I'm going to cut those threads now. Like that. So that's kind of fun. While we were here and have the yarn and everything out, I thought I'd show you really fast a pom-pom, because pom-poms and tassels are very similar and they're really fun to do, especially now that we're stuck at home. You can make pom-pom garlands, pom-pom hair bows, pom-pom whatever. It'll be like Bubba Shrimp or whatever it is. What does he say?
What?
In Forrest Gump. Where he's like, never mind. I don't think Hazel's even seen it.
I haven't.
Anyway, you can buy pom-pom makers. There's this kind, this kind, this kind. They have big to tiny, but you don't need those at all. You can use a fork, or you can use the chair legs or anything like that. But I'm going to show you really fast with a fork. So to do this, and I'll put some stuff in your kits for tomorrow if y'all want for this too, just some extra yarn. So you'll just take your fork. I just slide one inside the tongs just to kind of remind me that it's there. And the trick here is, see the ends there? When you're wrapping around, you don't want to wrap to cover those holes, because then you're not going to have like a place to tie it off when you're done. So this is just going to make a nice small pom-pom, which will look cute on our tassel too. So I'm just going to wrap real fast. And you can take like 2 or 3 different strings of yarn and do it at the same time. You can take a piece of ribbon, tulle, like a gauzy tulle stuff. It makes really cool pom-poms. Anything really. Okay, so that's a pretty good, nice fat. If you felt it, it's like hard and thick, and that works good. So we're around. I'm going to cut it. Hey, Shepherd. And then I'm going to cut myself an extra piece. And we're almost pom-pommed. I'm going to stick. This is the part, I don't know, I should have used a clear one. You stick one side through that hole, and then you wrap it to the other side, like where the little pointy pieces are. I hope y'all can see that. And then I'm just going to tie it. I'm going to go right in here and tie it pretty tightly. If you are super tight with your tying, you might want to use a thicker cord, because sometimes the yarn will snap on you. So I just double knotted it. I'm going to slide it off, and it kind of looks like that, like a little butterfly. And then I'm going to just do the same thing again and tie it one more time, just to make sure it's like super tight. Because if you start the next step without it being tight, if it falls apart, it's going to be so sad. All right, so it kind of looks like a butterfly, I think. And then now, all you do is just take your little scissors and cut your loops, and it's going to be a pom-pom. And it's so cute. So like I said, this makes small ones. If you want to make bigger ones and you don't have a pom-pom maker, like you can wrap it from chair leg to chair leg and tie it off. You can just find an object in your house to like wrap it around that's bigger. Okay, I'm cutting. I saw once this lady was making pom-poms as big as a poof, like to put your feet up on, and they are the coolest things I've ever seen. I want to figure out how to do it so bad, but I can't imagine how much yarn that would take. All right, so see, we've got a little pom-pom. And then you just go along, and I tell my girls to just go to the trash can, sit over the trash can, and trim it up. Because the more you trim, the better it works. The cuter it is. So y'all don't want to sit here and watch me trim, but you can kind of see what I'm doing. And if you notice, I always leave my tails out because I like to tie my pom-poms onto things. Like I could take this, and where's my thing, and tie it onto my tassel, and it would be so cute. What is he getting? Oh gosh, I don't know. Y'all probably can't see behind me, but I have all my students. So see how cute is that? My students' little bins and stuff where they keep their projects are all in cubbies behind me, and he's systematically going and pulling each bin out and dumping the stuff on the floor. So, Libby, if you need something to do, why don't you come to Georgia and hang out with Shepherd? Because he's a mess. And Hazel and I have big plans. Okay, so that is what I'm showing you for today. And the kits. So I did the Shamrock kit yesterday, and it was good. And like I said, I started off in a terrible mood and kind of had a tough morning, so I didn't get the other kits going. But I will have a kit for this put together for a tassel and a pom-pom. I will have the Shamrock kit still. And then tomorrow, we're going to get on the sewing machines, and I will put together a kit to make a face mask.
Mama, you're putting
It's
it on
upside down?
backward.
Oh,
Yes.
Hazel, it goes like this and goes like around your head.
Here, I'll
like
put it
that.
on.
Oh, Hazel's going to model it. So I'll have a kit for those, but that's a sewing machine project. And then Friday, we're going to make, or just show, like this little craft is more, not a whole lot of sewing. So I'll have a kit for that. So that's 4 kits for this week. So if you want one, message me, and and we will get those together and get them out on the porch for you guys.
Mama, take them.
Okay.
Take them.
I guess that's it. Are we done? Is there anything else I needed to say or do? Thank y'all for bearing with me in our little experiment here. I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. And
It's been something for us to do.
it has been something for us to do. Maybe it'll turn into other things. Launch the YouTube channel. It's So Jade. You can subscribe to that. I'll start doing more, and we'll just get better and better. All right. See y'all later. Bye.
Goodbye.